so. How has the increased focus on customer experience shaped the design of retail security measures? So how important is that customer experience and not creating any friction when it comes to, again, making sure retail is tight with security?
Look, we're all trying to do things better. We're all trying to be one on our competitor to be better at what we do. That's why the retail market in Ireland it's just grown so much, because we're always trying to outdo each other, trying to be better, and we're ahead of the curve in a lot of places. In terms of in-store, we're now building displays down so we can see the whole store across. And we're not putting stuff near the entrance of the store, stuff further back into the store, because displays, and don't get me wrong, they're lovely and all that, they're going to make it easier, like when you've got a customer walking in, lifting a full case of chocolate and walking out the door, sure, that's the whole display gone, like you've made no money in that display, so what's the point of the display, like, so you have to bear that in mind, and you have to also look at, I suppose, make sure that your customer experience is not hampered by your controls in store. So it's about observation, it's about watching the customer come through, that there is that member of staff that will be on the floor. So generally we have supervisors on the floor, the cashiers on the tills, and the supervisors move around, but the cashiers don't make contact with the supervisor, eye contact, all that sort of thing, so they all know what's going on.
Yeah, and there's a fine line. So again, if you've been to the US, even the Target or Walmart, they clearly have an issue with people stealing links or deodorants because they're behind glass cases, and you may often have to spend 5 minutes or 6 minutes waiting for a colleague to come. So it creates that friction as a customer. But if you ask for 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6, they'll hand them to you. You can walk out anyway. So if you want to steal, you can still steal. But again, there's that fine line between physical security measures and the friction of a customer. Because if you want to buy something and you have to wait 2 or 3 minutes, you're typically going to walk to the next door or leave. And if you receive the products and your intention is to steal, you're going to walk out anyway. So there is a fine line between